the first episode of Vanderpump Rules, but I would like to watch Vanderpump Rules. I still think this season is back. It has a lot of buzz. I'm curious what people thought who saw it. No, this doesn't really
Oh my God,
like. I'm
please let
like,
me know. Please let us know, because do I
I'm
need to
like,
watch?
okay,
I've never watched Vanderpump Rules. I've never cared. And I really try to get into it for you and our audience only, but I just don't give a lick. And I know, and Lisa Vanderpump is everywhere. And by the way, people have come for me on the comments about me. Like, I don't know even what I've said about Lisa Vanderpump, but people are like, leave Lisa Vanderpump out of your mouth about RHOBH.
really?
I'm
Oh,
like,
I didn't see that.
okay, I didn't realize we had such diehard LVP fans, but
Oh, honey, there's Die Hard, Die Hard. They just listen. Every time I've interacted in the real world with Lisa, she has been nothing short of pleasant to me. So I'm going to base it on that. Very lovely. It's speaking of, did you like because you say you tried for Vanderpump to really hard. For me, you also tried Summer House. Which did you dislike more, Summer House or Vanderpump Rules?
probably. Oh, oh.
It's a
I
tough one
just
for you.
I don't care about Summer House or Winter House, or I don't give a fuck about anyone's house from Bravo. I just don't. I don't. Honest to God, like, congrats that these shows work. I just do not care. I don't get it. I know it's kind of like real worldy ish. At least to me, Vanderpump, like, the restaurant or whatever, the restaurant business. I mean, there's a fair amount of drama in the restaurant business anyway. I didn't mind Summer House. I think it was Summer House. So anyway, it's okay. I guess people love it and they continue to renew it. So what do
I
I know?
mean, listen, it started out horrible. Like I hated it, and then I didn't like it. And then they made a cast change, and then I kind of liked it, and I think it's gotten really good. Um, the fact that Carl and Kyle, I mean, Carl has quit Lover. Listen to me. Carl is dating his best friend Lindsay.
Yeah.
They're engaged. They are going to be married. To me, from an outsider, what do I know? I've met Carl many times. I've met Lindsay many times. Lindsay's been on this podcast. Carl has been on this podcast. I really think this is the real deal. Listen, I don't know how it works. I would never be friends with someone for a long period of time and then wake up one day. Like, listen, I either want to fuck you when I first meet you, or I think we're going to be great friends, or I want nothing to do with you. I don't really have these sliding scales, but I think it works when you've been really good friends with someone for forever and you wake up and you're like, holy shit, this is like the love of my life. I think that is the basis for like a real thing. They seem real to me, but Lindsay and Danielle had a lot to say about her dating Carl. They ain't friends anymore. Carl leaving Loverboy, I know he has all these reasons that, like, he's sober and it doesn't fit with his sobriety. That makes sense. And I guess, when someone's running the company and you're like, it's your company. And I mean, I get it, but it's kind of shocking that Carl is gone from Loverboy. And I mean, him and Kyle were like best friends. Look, I just think things change the thing is, Lindsay and Amanda have had beef, the wife and the fiance. So it's also why it's a great season of Summer House, or it's going to be. But I think we've seen the real end of Carl. And listen, a reason, a season, or a lifetime, right? It's okay. I
Yeah.
mean, I have friends that you break up with, and it's just you don't no hard feelings, and it's just this is awful, but we're just going our separate ways. I got to do what I got to do, right? I think it's like that, but it's kind of a little shocking. I don't know.
Well, for you all that watch regularly, I could see that. I just think, to me, I've known so many people that have gotten sober and their life changes so significantly, in the best ways. And I cannot see how he could be a lot at all, being a part of a 12-step program, being so open and embracing sobriety and feeling so good. I just don't see how he could even be connected with, very hard to do. Not that I do know some people that are sober that work in the business in bartending and restaurants, but it's very difficult.
It just out of all the industries, right? It's like why and Carl traveled. That was his job too. He was the face of it when he would travel to Ohio and say, hey, and I mean the people are there. Yes, they want their picture, Summer House fans, but I mean everyone is drinking Loverboy. That's why he's there.
Yeah.
So you would buy it.
Right. They want you to have a drink. They want you to celebrate. They want you to test out the new product, the new flavor. So I could see it probably is the end of a friendship a little bit and the end of a business. I mean, I'm sure he's got a lot of money invested. Carl does. So
And he said, I'm still an investor in all this. But listen, so Lindsay loses Danielle, he loses Kyle. I mean, not really, but a little bit. It's like, it's this coupling has caused, they're together till the end. So there's that. But it's going to be a good season. Lots of other things going on. I mean, what's really keeping me up more than because I see you have Brittany intervention, and what's really shocking. And by the time this comes out, I need to know what's going on with MGK and Megan Fox. There's a Randall tie-in. Randall is the way they met from the movie.
really? Oh, that's
They
right.
met on Randall's movie. If you were listening, even though you got bored when I told my Randall story and he said, Megan's mad at you, and he meant Megan Weaver from Jeff Lewis, even though she wasn't, I thought he was talking about Megan Fox, and I almost shit my fucking pants because I'm like, if Megan Fox is mad at me, like my life is over. Like there's no podcast here. She's going to shut my podcast down. I need to know why she did these postings from Lemonade and basically is unfollowed MGK and everybody, and then follows Harry Styles and Eminem, his enemy, and I think Justin Bieber. I gotta know. Doesn't sound like it's going to end well for these two.
I would love to see her with Eminem. I think, they would be so hot together. And so I do see her with a rock star. There's something very Pam Anderson about her. Just so stunningly beautiful. I would love
I think
I never saw. I don't think you ever listened to MGK. MGK did an interview on Howard Stern. He's very young. He has so much trauma from his childhood. Oh my God.
What type of trauma? I think he is so fucking hot.
Sad.
He's so hot.
His parents were basically in a religious cult, and his mother left him when he was a little boy, like 4 or 5 years old, took off to be in this religious cult, whatever the fuck calling she had, and left him with his father to raise him. And the father was a mess too. So I think it was like aunts and uncles and grandparents. He kind of bounced around. Look, that will mess you up right there. That's a lifetime of therapy of figuring out, why would my mother do this? And years they were estranged, and she showed up now, I don't, I'm sure a lot was going on with her psychologically to do that. She showed up to a concert, like backstage, to reunite with him. And that's sort of
obviously when your son is MGK, you seem to want back in.
And isn't that terrible after all that? And then you only want back in because he's famous. Now, I can't.
I thought it was a different reason. I thought it was money. I mean, people sit over here and judge me and you when we say that we love money. Everybody loves money. Money is the root of like all evil and all greatness. It's like, so yeah, I think she's thrilled that he's famous, but I think she came for like a fucking payday.
Lenny Dykstra, the very famous Mets player, once told me in an interview, people who say that money is the root of all evil have never had money. And I love it. I love it, baby. Lenny Dykstra's he's a trip. But anyway, so to me, when I heard that, and he's very much, he's done so many drugs. He's kind of he got a little bit sober with Pete Davidson, and he supports Pete Davidson because Pete Davidson almost was suicidal over drug use. So stopped.